Hi guys, my name is Doug. Welcome to Third Stall Garage. This is a channel about the restoration of a 66 Mustang Convertible, shop upgrades, also working on a 66 VW Beetle Convertible this fall. This is episode 33 in the restoration of a 66 Mustang Convertible named Vin. Today I'm going to be talking and asking some questions about subframe connectors and some bracing that I'm installing in the front. I'll show you what my plan is for that, a cheap, affordable way to stiffen the frame up and reinforce it just a touch. Hit subscribe if you would. I've been blessed with a lot of subscribers, trying to push to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and about 200 away from getting there. So if you've subscribed already, thank you so much. I appreciate it. If not, if you'd be willing to hit subscribe, that'd be awesome. Stay tuned, see what we're doing. So the car is up on my tip over jig so I can work on it more easily. Quick refresher. So I've installed the Monte Carlo bar, one-piece export brace. We've got a new firewall, cowl in. That is all good and solid. On the underside, we have the standard saddle brace here for engine support. And then previous owners did new rocker panels on the top and bottom, torque boxes. I did the frame straightening on it and re-welded anything that didn't necessarily look solid. Before I begin to set this thing down and start doing paint, this is a question for the group. I just want to figure out, is there anything else in terms of frame stiffening or supporting that I should be doing because I've got a convertible? In this episode, I'm going to be adding one more brace right in this area. On the top and the bottom, I will cut a little notch at the corner out there so water can get out. That will hopefully just help tie the front frame rails to the torque box and stiffen it up side to side. Because I can imagine that these front frame rails get quite a bit of side force when, you know, a hard corner or something like that. The main question that I have is about subframe connectors. I've been watching different videos, and subframe connectors connect this part of the rear frame to this part of the front frame. Many of them that I see fit right into the subframe, but don't have this box here. So my question, which I probably should know the answer to, but don't, is this a convertible only pan or seat frame, or I don't know what that is. And because that's there, is there anything else that I can do to stiffen this? Because I don't want to, like, I could add a 2x2 bar all the way down across here, but that's going to hurt my ground clearance, and I don't want to lose any ground clearance. So kind of just love any advice people have about what I might be able to do. Please post the comment below, suggestions, advice. I would really appreciate it there. Otherwise, I'm going to tip this over because I don't want to weld those braces in with it on its side in case it's flexed at all. It's really quite stiff, so I don't think it will, but I will roll it down, install those, and then I think I am to the point of being ready to prep for probably an epoxy primer and spray that on, and then I can start seam sealing and working on mechanicals. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for following along, and we'll see how this goes. There might be one more. Yep.
Ta-da!
Perfect.
Good.
So I have the Torx box gusset, which I think is what this would be called, brace fit. You can see I cut a little corner out there. Structurally, all the stress is going to be on the hypotenuse of the triangle, not in the inner corner, and I want to get any water, mud, or dirt out. There's also a little hole here. I did put it in the vise and angle that flange a little bit just so it sits flush there. And next I will weld the top, weld the bottom on both sides. You know, just one more piece to make it a little bit stronger. I simply cut a little template out of cardboard, brought it down to the local steel supply yard, and I forget, I think I paid $7 or $11 for the two of them. And I'll weld them in and get it painted. I also forgot to mention that I put in the shock tower braces as well. So that will hopefully stiffen things up as well. So let me get them welded in. I'll show you how it looks. Here's the view with them welded in. I think those welds look pretty nice. It's fun to go back and look at what my welding looked like at the beginning of this project and see how far I've come. A big part of that is having gas welder now, as opposed to just the flux core. Next, I'm going to weld that seam on the bottom and that seam, and then this one will be done. And here's the passenger side. Again, happy with the way those welds look. Sorry, too lazy to bend over. See if I can get you a decent view of that. So that's gonna wrap up this episode. This week is the week that my buddy Dale comes over and we're gonna get started on his 66 Beetle convertible. So that's gonna be coming in the shop as well. Let me show you a couple things we did to get ready for that. First thing I did, which is not that big of a deal, but kind of fun, is I bought the car auto skates. So now I can move the car around real easy and shift it to the side to work on one and the other. And the other thing that we did is, you can see it under that rear Beetle cover, there's a 6465 parts car that we brought in that's going to be mainly for measuring because it's a fairly unmolested car. I did make a decision, I think, today in terms of getting the primer off this car. I was debating about sandblasting it again. I learned today that if you sandblast, it actually can reduce the thickness of the metal and take some of the metal off, and I don't want to weaken the car at all. And so what I'm going to do is try a lacquer thinner. I did try some acetone, and the acetone took the old primer right off. So I'm going to try lacquer thinner to see if I can use that to get all of this gray primer off of the car to get ready for a coat of epoxy primer. And then on the inside of things where I can't quite reach, I may borrow or buy a sandblasting cabinet, not a cabinet, container, and sandblast just those parts that I'm not quite as worried about. That's gonna be a big job. Not really looking forward to that. Forgot to show you guys, here is a sneak peek of the beginnings. Can you guess what it is? Paint booth. Stick around, as Fitzy would say. Well, thanks for being part of Third Style Garage. Have a great night. Be kind to each other. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet. And remember, the most important thing you need is a willingness to try, and you can do this too. Have a great day. Be kind.